Welcome back everyone, Wednesday stream. Today, I could say as usual, we'll be working on Chordie. Today we have a little bit of troubleshooting. Sadly, on Monday, encoder didn't work the way we were hoping it will be working. So I did a little bit of troubleshooting before the stream, and I took out this magnetic encoder and I hooked it back to our previous prototype, the one that we are trying to get everything working, and it works. To my surprise, it works. So the issue is not with this device. I think I can quickly show you that it actually works. Let's take a look over here. Okay, our trusty testing website. I'll hook it up and it should be like doing A and B, or maybe A and B. Well, this is kind of funny because like when there is no magnet attached, it will be jumping like between A and B. So this makes me a little bit worried if we hook it up. Wouldn't it happen that over time, maybe even like a long time, suddenly it will just flip a little bit, maybe add one volume or decrease the volume, because those like movements, they keep showing up. So now I will add the magnet. And now you can see that depending how I rotate, I get A on B or B on it. Yeah, it's a little bit sensitive, but it works. So at least we know that it's not the issue with this device. So what we need to do today, I think I will hook it up back to Chordie, and I think I might know what the issue is, because this one is using standard QMK encoder matrix, and of course it works, no issue with it. But Chordie is a little bit different. I do my encoder decoding on my own, because they are hooked up kind of in a matrix. So I have to take them out, process, remove them from the matrix before the debouncing comes in. And then after the debouncing is done, I just put back the values that are really needed for. And my suspicion is that my algorithm doesn't really catch up this. I don't know why yet. There was nothing showing up on the matrix debug. So we will need to check if we are getting any output on the I2C expander itself, which I guess there will be something, has to be, since it works over here. So I don't expect anything else. And we can go from there. So let's start with soldering, and then we'll jump into Visual Studio Code and QMK. And then we can do some debugging there and see what is happening. I hope we'll be able to solve it today, because I really would like to try the other encoder, which is AS5600. We already have some code prepared, just need to be copy pasted. I won't call it incorporated or fused with the Chordie. The code really needs a lot of work, but it is what it is. For now it should be okay. So I will just copy paste and it should work, hopefully. But first we need to get this thing. I even put this, I think it's a pull up or maybe pull down, no, it's a pull down wire. This pin over here, if I remember correctly, this one is for mode selection on this thing. So if we pull it down to ground, then we should get analog output on A and B, and if we pull it up to VCC, then we'll have to go through I2C and read all the registers, just like for AS5600. That's something we might try maybe sometime later, because it would be nice to have both of these being supported with I2C reading. So for now it's just like a shortcut. Hello, Mr. Chiklapa. How are you doing today? So hot, my god. You've been asking about top-re last time. You meant switches? Top-re switches? Okay, I think we got it hooked up already. VCC and ground on this side, B and A. So I think I'm gonna leave it hanging like that for now. Okay, let's take a look on the source code. What is happening over there? Okay, what do we have in rules over here? Okay, should be fine. I think the issue is somewhere over here in the matrix. Okay, so encoder is on the left side. Okay, so we have bank A over here and bank B. So I think over here we should have the whole left side read out. And I think if we try to print from here, maybe it will be okay. Okay, let's do it like this. Let's say if current row, so this is what we have read. Let's say if there is something inside, so it's not null. Okay, so let's see. Let's do maybe, do we need to print binary? Okay, let's print binary. So that should be what, 60? Yeah, that should be, I think so. Okay, like this. Print current row, and let's print new line as well. Okay, so that is one thing. And at the same time, I think I will disable matrix debugging. It might be spamming a little. Okay, over here. I was looking for this part. So we don't want debug matrix. Okay. Let's do it like this. Okay, no way, no errors. How come? Unbelievable. Okay, I should get it plugged in. One thing that is kind of interesting, okay, I assume there will be no output at all. Let's take a look. Oh, that was dead last time, so nothing should change, and I haven't changed anything yet. Nothing, okay. So let's flash it with this new firmware, and we should get some kind of an output out of it. I really like boot magic on QMK. I don't have to bother with anything. I can just put my finger on one key and it will enter boot mode, which is super convenient. Okay, we have it flashed. Let's see. Okay, there is some output, so keyboard is not dead. Okay, we're gonna be needing one more stuff. We're gonna be needing HID listen. Right, why is it printing? Let's see. The left side, right? Am I that bad at coding? But the keyboard works, right? Yeah. That is interesting. Let's see. What have I done wrong? Okay, I think I know. It's not 16. It's, I think it's gonna be 32. Because we have more keys than that. Okay, my bad as usual. Do we have anything now? Nothing. Okay, why is it printing zeros? It shouldn't be printing anything if it's empty, right? Okay. Maybe I am this bad. Let's see. Okay, this time it should work. Okay. And only if I press something. Alright, let's take a look. So something should happen if I attach magnet. Okay, that is not good. Nothing. Completely zero reaction. Okay, totally zero. Okay, maybe I should try short this. So if I short ground to A or B. Okay, I think I know. Yeah. Because we are getting like a reverse signal right now. Okay, I think I just realized that. Because Chordie is done in a way that when we press a key, so the state goes from high to low, and on this one it's the opposite, but then it should be spamming all the time. Okay, first maybe I should try short this and see if there's any kind of an output. Let's not change anything right now, and if there's something happening, I think we'll have to change some inputs. Okay, I need a piece of wire. Okay, how about this one? Yes. I should desolder first. Yeah, that might be a good idea. Okay, keyboard. Exactly. I think I found the culprit. Look at it. Our grunt just desoldered. I think it desoldered a long time ago, probably. Oh, cool. I like those things when they happen. Okay, how about now? I think we can now go back and back the magnetic encoder. But now it makes me think that okay, probably I think we'll have to invert the output because as I said, I think it's outputting high. Okay, never mind, we'll see how it goes. What if we're gonna get anything out of it? Probably we can program this thing to change the output. So maybe instead of outputting high, it will be doing like low, but then it will require programming. So, and I would like to check if we can use it out of the box without doing anything. I mean, it worked with QMK standard encoder stuff, so it should work over here as well. But I think the issue might be that the way how I process keys. So for me, it's the low state, not the high. So even now, I think if we connect, we should get some kind of an output. Let's take a look. Exactly. And it's tapped. I can. Something's happening. There is some kind of output. So maybe we can put it back together. It will be easier to do something. I don't think I need to tweak anything else. There's the bottom part. That's the one. Okay, there is one output too many. Okay, something is not right. Okay, let's see. I think one thing we need to change is the resolution. Over here. I think let's do it 96, just like for QMK. Yeah, I think I know, because it's okay, but it's like high-low. Maybe we can try changing it. Okay, would be better to get some kind of a different output and then volume. Also makes me wonder, why do I have like 4 inputs where there should be only 2? Okay, something is wrong with this one, is it? Ah, okay. I forgot that this is how I do encoders. Okay, so it's nothing to be worried about. Okay, what is this one? Ah, okay. Okay, so maybe it will work. Maybe it will work. What we need to check... Okay, some other output. Because volume is not that great, I suppose. Let's see. Okay, maybe the resolution is a little bit too high. Let's see. Alrighty, let's go back. Let's take a look on this thing. Okay, so maybe 96 is maybe a little bit too much. Let's do 32, maybe. 96 was okay for QMK. Okay, let's compile. Okay, 32 seems to be working better because... Okay, but I don't know like how many keys it's outputting. So I guess I need to change that. So let's move away from volume. Let's do some other key. Might be better to just switch it off for now. Okay, let's take a look. Where do I... I guess I will have to jump into my key map over here, which is already compiled, but I think I can change that. Oh, that's gonna be messy. Okay, over here. Okay, so let's change that to maybe A and B. Let's see, let's make it A. Okay, let's do it like this. So this will be U for up, and this will be D for down. And later on, I hope I will be able to revert that. Okay, compiled, no errors. Oh, that's a good day today. Right, so let's see, let's do it like this. So nothing happened right now, so that's a good sign. So it's not like flipping on its own. Okay, let's do notepad, not like this, like this. Okay, let's see now. Then that is so sensitive. Looks like there are no issues. I was worried that it might be working differently because, well, technically it's not properly coded because the output is kind of in reverse. So we are reacting to the moment where the output goes low, but that doesn't really change much because we still get an information that there was movement. So I don't think it makes that much difference, and it works. Oh, that is so cool. What does it? Okay, so something is... Okay. Let's see, because it's a little bit messy. Everything is... Yeah, look at it now. I think it was a mistake not including any screws over here. I think there should be a screw to hold it in place. Because we have all the wires on the bottom, and they're kind of lifting this thing up. And I broke something. Great. That's just great. This one is gone. I don't think I will ever find a good way to mount a bearing. I hope there will be better output if I fix everything in place. I can sense something is scratching over here. Well, it shouldn't, but okay, anyways. Now, maybe I can make the text a little bit larger. Okay, now it should be better. Not quite. If I rotate slowly, I get a good output, but if I speed it up, it's kind of losing its edge. Okay, so that's not quite good. looking at it, I think it looks like it's changing all the time, but I'm not getting this much output. Let's take a look into the source code. What could be the problem over here? Okay, so this part, it's only putting everything together. Over here we have matrix debounce, right there, and over here, this is where I put back everything into the matrix. B should be greater than. Okay, let's see what happens now. Yeah, so if I go slowly, I get some output, but it's still mixed, like sometimes it's up, sometimes it's down, which it shouldn't be like that. But there isn't that much stuff over here. Makes me wonder, like, why is it not so responsive? Maybe we can disable this for a second. Makes me wonder if this might be slowing down. the matrix scanning. And let's bring back resolution. What was it in the beginning? Can't remember. Okay, let's make it 2. Okay, let's see what happens now. So we have a resolution of 2. Should be outputting more. Okay, way too many. Yeah, it's still mixed. How about 16? Okay, on 16, yeah, it's okay. It's more or less how I would want it. Yeah, but it's odd when I speed up, it starts to losing. It's like up and down, which shouldn't really be. And if I go slow, then it's okay. Okay, that is kind of interesting. What could be wrong over here? Well, it could be that, as I said, it's not really that much clean, because it keeps changing. Even if I'm not moving, I think it keeps changing the value. Okay, let's bring back a response from the I2C expander. Okay. Okay, this is the output, right? Does it change? Doesn't look like it's changing. Okay, but even like a tiny touch. So I haven't really moved it. Okay, it looks like it's a little bit too sensitive, maybe. Because even if I touch it gently, so it might be that when I'm rotating, it's reading like a lot of signals. So it's reading left or right, and then it will output whatever it has. So maybe that's not such a good idea. Yeah. Okay, let's take a look on the datasheet. Okay, so makes me think, because it kind of works in the opposite direction for, I mean, maybe not opposite, but over here. So we have a high, which should be okay, and then it goes down. So this is over here, this is when we register that it moved. So it doesn't make a difference, I guess, if we are looking at this part or this part. Okay, this also looks interesting, U and V, but I think these are the same outputs. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, maybe you can try and hook it up to U and V and W. No, I think the reader is okay, because we are getting output on the I2C expander. The encoder is outputting correctly, but I remember when we were checking it with QMK, with the standard one even, I remember on the oscilloscope, even if I wasn't touching it, there was still output, something was happening on it. So it's not like there is like no output, or it's a high state when nothing is happening. It was still going up and down. So I guess if I had left it for a while on this QMK standard parsing, then maybe after some time it would still trigger like up or down. That makes me wonder if I change this. So if I go away from A and B, and because A is let's take a look, what was the A? Right, so A is the same as U, B, so maybe if I hook up A and Z, maybe it will be a bit different, if it even works at all. Yes, I would like to use U and W maybe. So I think that was Z, right? Okay, so A and Z. And maybe before I screw it in, let's see if it even outputs anything. And there's nothing over here. I can see that encoder is changing on the I2C. Over here, if I keep rotating, output changes, but I am not picking up on the keyboard. It looks like only one is changing. One bit is changing, so it looks like it's not properly reading it, or decoding maybe. Okay, so we tried U and W, but that didn't quite work. But it's kind of similar to this one, A and B. Although this looks like it's maybe shifted by 180. Okay, I guess that's the issue over here, because the way how it's changing, I can see that one bit is always on, so it's not getting a proper readout. I mean, I'm not decoding it properly, but that doesn't really change much, I'm afraid. So that might be the issue, that it's just 60 degrees between this one and this one. And before we had U and V, so that was 120. Yeah, I think looking at it, it's kind of odd, because it looks like this one is pulled up, or maybe this is limiting, so we are pulling down to ground. maybe we can give it a shot. Maybe we can try V and W. I think it would be close to what we're having over here. Okay, so V and W. Okay, so B and Z. Looks like no luck with this output. I think I need to come out with some kind of a solution to have it lock in place, some kind of a locking mechanism. Ideally something that isn't a screw. Okay, so we are back to square one. Why is it that when I okay, microphones, what is wrong? Okay, now should be better. Makes me wonder what is happening that if I speed up, so if I go slow, then I have output, but if I speed up, it's kind of losing it. I've been trying to find the previous knob, but it's gone as everything else. Okay. What is happening in the matrix that it's not really catching it that fast? I don't quite understand what could be the problem here. I doubt we are exceeding 8-bit over here, because this is rather simple. So these are the states that we will fetch over here. So it will either plus or minus or do 0. Over here actually. Also over here everything should be fine. We have all input. We do have input. So slow movement is fine, but fast it's losing steps. It's just like mechanical one. What was the distance for the magnet? I think it was around 1 millimeter. Okay, air gap. Typical 1 millimeter, minimum 0.5 and maximum 2. Yeah, rotation speed 55,000 RPM, so definitely I am not exceeding that. Yeah, looks like the magnet should be around 0.8. So that is perfectly fine. So between 0.5, 1 and the maximum is 2 millimeters. Okay, so the magnet is 2 millimeters thick. Okay, so how much do we have from here? Okay, 195. Maybe let's move it minus 0.005. Okay, so what could be wrong with it? Let's see. Okay, I think I will just extract just maybe this part because putting everything, it's kind of annoying. I mean, if I have to put the mount and the knob and everything, so maybe I can just extract this one part. Let's see, how can we approach that? How about we make a circle over here? Let's pull it down, make a surface. Let's try to cut it out like that. Alright, so I have this part. Let's make it a little bit bigger. Let's make it maybe 10. Maybe 25 over here. So should be easy to grab. And hopefully I will be able to just rest it on the chip itself. Okay, I think I can print that. This time we have a view on the printer. Okay, going back to the source code, what could be wrong over here? Let's see. Okay, what is the default direction for MCP? Because those ports, they have kind of like a direction. I mean, they could be either triggered on low or on high. have no data sheet. 23017. Alright, let's see. I think it should be somewhere in the registers section or something like that. Is it printing even? Ah yes, over here. IO dir A, dir B. Okay, so I think this part will be interesting. Okay, so after reset we have IO dir A and B, it's all on. Okay, so IO dir, that's the direction. So we have either input or output. So that's not what I am interested in. Okay, polarity register. I don't think I changed that. I have only, okay. So maybe. Okay, so I think this register, let's see, IPOL. Okay, so after reset, they're all set to 0. So this means that they're gonna reflect the same logic state of the input. So if we have it low, we will get low. If we have it high, we will get high. But I think over here, when I am reading that, yeah, exactly, I will flip the bits because we're connecting to the ground, so we are pulling everything down. All right. Makes me think if I change this for this encoder, for this particular one, if I flip it, would that make any difference? So it should be high. I mean, I think it's always kind of like high. So if you revert it, that will be low. Okay, we can give it a shot. I need to find out which address was that. Okay, something is printing. Let's see over here. So left one is the volume, right? So we have B1 and B2 up down. Okay, that would check out. It's over here. So B1 and B2 and then B0. So we will have to change for the left side. We have to change this one. This one and this one. All right. Let's see. What can go wrong, right? So over here we will set up everything as inputs. So that is correct. Okay, so let's do a set config. So that will be our left. And what's the name? Okay, IPOLB. And we have to set it up like this. So we skip the first bit. So it should be something like that, right? First one is switch, B0. Over here, that's our switch, and then we have B1 and B2. Okay, so that should do it, maybe. For the config at least. Okay, let's see what happens if it even compiles, because I just guessed this address, maybe it's not even implemented. Yeah, okay, expected. Oh boy, I think we need to take a look on this. Okay, let's take a quick look at the QMK source code. What kind of registers we have? Maybe they just changed the name, because port A, port B. maybe we'll get an access either way. Let's see. Okay, cool. I think I was digging through here some time ago. Let's see. Okay, MCP 23018. What do we have over here? Okay, we have only pull-ups. We have IO direction. We have pull-ups. Okay, and we have only this. Okay, makes me wonder right now. Okay, I can either write to register without... Okay, I think I'll have to go with this one. So instead of using config, I mean, it makes me wonder if I just add this over here, what is the address for that? For example, I can only use maybe this one. Let's see, because the address is 03, and that's the one that we need. So it makes me wonder if I add it over here, just a dirty... Pole B 03. Okay, maybe this will work. Most probably not, because okay, there are different. Because I think we have to also change this one. Oh yeah, right, so it's direction, pull up. Okay, so it's not gonna work like that. Okay, so I will just go try to directly write to this register. So instead of going like this, okay, let's take a look back. So we have, okay, write register. Okay. I thought I can have a write register straight from here, but that doesn't seem to be the case. So I think I'll have to use this one, I2C write register. So we need to jump to basic QMK over here. Let's see, I2C driver. I think we've done that before already. Yeah, like over here. Okay, we can transmit. Okay, so I don't think we can use that. We have to use one with these. We can't just transmit, we just need to send to a specific register. So we have to use this one. But looking at it, Okay, we still have to do slave to address, I suppose. Where did I put the addresses? Oh, okay, over here. Oh boy, it's getting complicated. Slave to address, okay. IDDR, all right. Okay, so that's the address part. Then we have our address, so it was 03. And then we have our data. So let's say, let's do it like this. Let's see first if it even compiles. Then I will disable output from I2C expander. So okay, it compiled. I am really surprised. Nothing ever compiles on this stream. Let's get rid of this one for a while. I haven't even even compiled. Oh shit, what is that? Too few arguments. Oh, okay, the timeout. Alright, what would be the timeout for this thing? I think it was defined somewhere. Okay, timeout. Okay, maybe we can use this one, timeout infinite. Okay, how about now? I love C. Okay, first thing it's complaining is this one. Alright, I think I might be needing I2C master maybe? Include. But it's strange because MCP should include that. Okay, so that's not it. What does it mean that it's Alright, so we don't have this defined. Alright, my bad. Let's do it like this. So this should fix this one issue. I thought this one is like in I2C master, would be handy to have it there. Looks like it's not defined in I2C master. Okay, shit, still doesn't work. Okay, something is wrong with the sign. Okay, unsigned device address. Alright, polarity. Oh, right, so this should be unsigned. Right, now it's correct. I wonder what the compiler will say about that. Compiled, no way. Alright, so should I flash it? Maybe I should. Okay. Yeah, so I can see it's if there's no magnet, it's going a little bit crazy Okay, let me pick up this knob that we just print. It looks like it's not done yet. I haven't looked. Okay, when I put the lid on with the magnet, it kind of stops. Okay, let's see if it changed anything. I don't see any difference if it's yeah. The output is still the same. It's getting... Okay, if I move slowly, it's I'm getting like a fast output, and if I speed it up, it slows down. And on top of that, we have like bad readings anyway. I don't think it's a viable option for that, so maybe we should just go with directly reading I to C. It looks like it's not gonna work. It was kind of the same issue if we went with QMK and without changing the resolution, so it was by default, I think it's 4. So even though I wasn't touching it, it was still outputting up or down, up or down. So only when I changed it to something high, then it kind of like settled down. But that didn't mean that it stopped doing that. It was still outputting something, just that it wasn't really registered. But I'm pretty much sure if I left it for a longer time, it would finally flip either up or down, even without anyone touching. I really want to check the other knob. Oh, it still hasn't finished even the base. Well, at least there was no error, so I think we have this stuff set up. But the question is, was it even the correct register? Maybe I can try some other stuff. It looks like all other keys are working. So yeah, I think we managed to set up correct register and correct bits for it. And there was no error. Yeah, address is correct, 03, and we changed this one and this one. So yeah, I think it's correct. And that didn't change anything. It's still the same kind of broken output. Come on, finish faster. Okay, I was thinking maybe the issue is that when I rotate faster, so we are getting a lot of input, so it's not only the same input all the time. So if I turn it right, so let's say there's more inputs for turning right, but at the same time, if it's like spitting more errors, like also like going back, so this way these were kind of like cancel each other. Maybe we should approach it a little bit different, like reading. Okay, I think it finished. Let me pick it up. Okay, I am back. Let's see this one. Maybe Notepad as well. Okay, I think we can bring back output from I2C expander because like we know there was no error, so I think this programming of the direction is correct, and I really would like to see what is happening on the expander, but I think that's what is happening when I rotate, so it's like either plus or minus, so they cancel each other. Let's see, where was it? Okay, quick flash. You can see that it's like going crazy. Let's do a magnet. And the fact that it keeps printing means that it's changing all the time, even if I'm not moving. So there's constant output. Okay, I think we have to give up on this one. So maybe it's not such an easy swap. I think we'll have to go with just I2C and reading registers. So then it's a clean output. I was having huge hopes, because at this point I don't know if I'm doing anything wrong with it. Like the output is Even if I add magnet, it won't stop, even if I'm not moving. Or I know if it's this sensitive or what is wrong with it, but yeah. Okay, I think that's it. Maybe something will come. Maybe I will think of something tomorrow, if there is anything else that we can try. But other than that, I think on Friday we should just jump into I2C. So we can try. I think we'll start with IS5600 because we already have every piece of firmware done for it. So we don't have to write anything. We can just like hook it up and it should work. Maybe I will prepare that tomorrow, so we just won't be wasting much time. Maybe on Friday. We'll see how it goes. And yeah, and then maybe we can read this one as well. It shouldn't be an issue, should be quite easy. Just change the addresses and be done. Okay, I really have no idea why this analog output is so messed up. And we are trying to pull it up and pull it down some time ago, and that also didn't help. Okay. Anyways, another stream, not much progress. Hopefully we can get more work done on Friday. I'm kind of disappointed because I was really hoping we can get a easy solution. Just plug and play and the magnetic encoder will work. Looks like it doesn't. Too bad. Oh, okay, but happens sometimes. Alright. Thank you very much for joining. And I will see you all on Friday. Have plenty of rest and come back on Friday. Bye bye.